Your real enemy is not your competitor. It's a decision to do nothing. More than half of B2B deals die in no decision. They don't pick you, they don't pick your rival, they pick the status quo. And unless you know how to break that cycle, you're going to keep losing deals you should be winning. Status quo bias is hardwired into human decision making. It's a tendency to stick with what's familiar, even if it's not optimal, because change is risky. There's a great book called JOLT Effect that breaks this down with the concept of FOMO, the fear of messing up. Buyers are not paralyzed because they don't see value in your solution. They're paralyzed because they're scared of making the wrong choice. They think, if I buy this and if it fails, I'll be blamed. If I do nothing, nobody fires me. That's why so many deals stall in Q4. The closer you get to year end, the higher the stakes. Budgets are tight, pressure is high, and the safer path, psychologically, is to do nothing. So unless you flip that script, indecision will kill you. Now, how do you break through? Well, you need to lead with unconsidered needs. Unconsidered needs are risks, costs, blind spots your buyer has not thought about yet. And why do they matter? Because if you only focus on the needs the buyer already knows, you sound just like every competitor. You're fighting on parity, price, features, and demos. But when you introduce an unconsidered need, something they haven't recognized, something they haven't think about, you change the game. Suddenly, you're not just another vendor. You're the advisor who helped them see around the corners. I saw a sales team selling cybersecurity. The most vendors were talking about preventing breaches, but that team talked about regulatory fines for non-compliance with future laws. That was not even on the buyer's radar. And so what they did is that they were able to expose a hidden risk that resonated with customers, that created urgency, differentiation in one move, and that had a huge impact on the closing rate. Next, you need to stop making buyers comfortable. Comfort is the death of change. You need to create contrast. Two vivid pictures. Picture one is the risk and pain of staying the same. Picture two is the upside of moving forward with you. The psychology behind it is interesting because people are more motivated by loss than by gain. It's called loss aversion. It's proven in behavioral economics. It means fear that they will lose by doing nothing is more powerful than a promise they'll gain by working with you. So don't just pitch an ROI. You need to show the cost of inaction, missed revenue, wasted resources, falling behind competitor. Make the risk of staying put feel more dangerous than the risk of moving forward. Finally, you need to work with micro commitments. And this is where psychology works for you. When a buyer says yes to a small step, sharing data, bringing in the CFO, scheduling procurement, they're engaging in what psychologists call commitment consistency. Once people commit to something small, they feel internal pressure to stay consistent, and they follow through on bigger commitments. And that's why deals that stall usually lack micro commitments. The rep went from zero to asking for the big signature. It's too big of a leap. Instead, you need to build momentum through small yeses. Each yes creates a sense of progress, psychological investment. And by the time you ask for the signature, the buyer has already built a trail of commitment leading to that moment. And that's how you overcome indecision. So the brutal truth, half of your deals will die of indecision unless you take control. So you need to understand the fear of messing up. You need to lead with unconsidered needs, and you need to create contrast that makes the status quo unsafe. And then build momentum with micro commitments. If you do that, you won't just survive Q4, you'll finish very, very strong. So drop no decision in the comments if you're ready to fight back. Just follow this channel for more no-nonsense sales tips, and in the description you will find a link to my Joint Success Plan framework that will allow you to drive deals towards a safe close. See you in the next one. Take care.